Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube for Friday, September 4th. Kevin Rogers and Tony Mejia with you as we take a look at the NBA playoffs with a Game 3 between the Heat and the Bucks. Miami up 2-0, and the opener between the Rockets and the Lakers. Plenty of star power there. LeBron, AD, Harden, Westbrook, all facing off in the late game on Friday night. But we'll begin with the Eastern Conference. Game 3 semifinals, the Bucks down 2-0 to the Heat, and Tony Mejia giving his thoughts and pick on this Eastern Conference matchup.
Well, down 2-0, it's dangerous to bet against a wounded animal, especially if they're a champion, except the Bucks aren't champions of anything unless you count their division. So the fact that all these guys are trying to prove themselves and Giannis Antetokounmpo has shrunk in the playoffs repeatedly really gives me pause in just pressing the button and expecting Milwaukee to not only win, but cover against Miami. And the Heat just match up so beautifully with this team that I'm going to take the points with the Heat. And I'll tell you why. Jimmy Butler went from superstar and taking over in the fourth quarter in Game 1 to facilitator and just concentrating on other responsibilities in Game 2. Bam Adebayo really hasn't played his best game yet. They did get their best performances out of Goran Dragic and Tyler Hero, but those can be duplicated. So Miami is just in a position where they match up really well with this team, and they could lose, but I don't think they'd lose by more than a bucket or two. So I'm going to take the points with the Miami Heat in Game 3.
And now the late game on Friday night in the Western Conference, the last semifinals to begin, the Lakers and the Rockets, as Houston edged Oklahoma City in Game 7 on Wednesday to advance. And now we'll see James Harden and Russell Westbrook face off against LeBron James and Anthony Davis and the Lakers. And LA has been off for several days after they finished off Portland. They lost the opener of that series to the Trailblazers, but then won the Final Four. And the Lakers very locked in right now, waiting for that collision course in the Western Conference Finals against the Clippers. And the Lakers did drop 2 of 3 regular season meetings to the Rockets this season. In the only win, Anthony Davis didn't play as LeBron James carried the Lakers to victory in Houston. And in the second meeting, the Rockets were able to get a huge game out of Russell Westbrook. James Harden struggled. In the third game, which happened in the bubble, the Rockets beat the Lakers by double digits, but LeBron didn't play, and also Russell Westbrook didn't play for Houston. So really not a lot to take from that game. But the Lakers here, a substantial favorite in this game, and you don't see Houston as this big of an underdog. A lot of people would want to jump on them because of that. But the Lakers right now, the way they're playing, and as rested as they are, and Houston has to jump right back in after the draining Game 7 win against Oklahoma City. I'm going to lay the points with the Lakers to beat the Rockets in Game 1 of their Western Conference semifinal series. And now to review our picks for Friday night in the NBA. Tony is going with the Miami Heat, taking the points against the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 3. I'm going to back the Lakers against the Rockets in Game 1. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel here at Vegas Insider. For Tony Mejia, I am Kevin Rogers. Thanks again for watching, and best of luck with your bets.